Wanna carry them on my lap like a father. You fight with lack of terror and the life of a gangster. The lion with the sleep, don't you say you don't believe her. You should understand me and don't be just an advisor. I cannot lose sleep cause I'm my own master. My mind is so at peace, so I don't need to bother. I'm who I wanna be, I don't need you to be. I love the life I'm living, now I beg no pressure me.
Yeah, we're back again. Welcome on board to another exciting edition of Our 2 Football, right here in the studios of Our 2 FM 92.9. Of course, this is where we boil, this is where we flow, and of course, this is where we give you all the in-depth analysis in the world of football. And that is what we are just going to be doing this wonderful Saturday morning, the number 14 day in the month of August 2021. Time check is 9:04 on the AM side. And of course, we are ready to roll and rock this wonderful morning. Our transfers in the news this wonderful morning. I mean, a question keep popping out my brain during the course of the week, and I asked myself, I'm just going to be throwing it out to my guys in the studio this morning, and of course, probably to the listener as well. It's just the craziest transfer window that we've actually ever seen. I remember teams, players that we never thought was going to actually play together, are actually together at this point in time. Players that we never thought were going to go for some certain fee are actually living and moving at this point in time. We shall be discussing that in the course of the program, and not forgetting the return of footballer. How is going to life be after Messi for Barcelona? How is life going to be for Real Madrid after Sergio Ramos? And of course, I'm very out in that one. Chelsea picking it up from where they actually stopped the last season. Remember, they are the European champion. They're talking about the Champions League winner. And of course, they capped it off during the course of the week by winning the Super Cup again. The question is, with the addition of Lukaku, are they the favourites to win the English Premier League 2021-2022 season? Is Manchester City going to defend its title at this point in time? Is PSG actually winning the Champions League this time around? Are even getting back the French Ligue 1? What is the fate of the lives of Manchester United, having spent so much this particular summer? Even Liverpool in the mix somewhere else in that one. And not forgetting Arsenal picking it up from where they actually left off last time out. They lost yesterday scandalously, I must say, to a newly promoted side. Talking about Brentford in that one. I mean, that and many more we shall be celebrating this wonderful morning on R2 Footballer. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, welcome aboard to my wonderful world, yeah. Once again, this is R2 Football in the studios of R2 FM 92.9. And of course, I still remain your main man behind the MIC, Feromi Adegwege. Samia, you can call me fast, your radio pal, ready to serve you bigger and better this wonderful Saturday morning. So all I need you to do is definitely just relax and enjoy this wonderful ride with me this wonderful Saturday morning. I've got my guy in the studio talking about Raymond Total Requested doing some selfie right here. In the next couple of seconds, minutes, he will definitely join me on board right here. But before then, let me tell you that you can definitely follow us on all our social media platforms right here in the studios. R2FM 929 on Twitter, and of course on Instagram. You can follow us on R299FM on Facebook as well. R299FM on Facebook. And that one, of course, this morning we're streaming live talking about my own personal Facebook page. So you can just go on Facebook and search for Feromi Samuel, and you'll be ready to watch us live and direct inside the studio this wonderful morning. You're ready to see me in action, ready to see Raymond in action. All you need to do to watch us live and direct is definitely join us on our Facebook platform, Feromi Samuel, right there. Just click the follow button and you'll be ready to actually watch us live in the studio this wonderful Saturday morning. Yes, we're not bothered, but definitely we are ready to actually calm down some football stories in the world of football in this particular wonderful morning. So let me bring aboard Raymond this time around. I think it's time for you to stop your selfie and some videos that you're doing. It's time to talk sports. It's time to talk football this wonderful morning. Raymond, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, family. Good morning, Bando. Good morning, world. Of course, I have to stand up this morning.
You have to stand up for Arsenal.
No, it's not for Arsenal. The football world is back.
Definitely. A lot of people are excited at this
a lot of
time.
people definitely. Just
the bat is back.
I don't know if I should stand with
the predictions is back.
Fair on me.
Yeah.
I will not pity Arsenal fans. You know why? Everybody's buying Lukaku, they are buying Harry Kane, they are chasing player. The number 9 is Balogun. Balogun call. Are you on the for me? People say go.
No, really. I mean, they've got to use what they have to get what they want. And but they didn't get what they want, but they got what they deserve.
Well,
that was the story of Arsenal yesterday.
Now, finally, we can confirm that Arsenal is really now, away from gunners, they are now unknown gunmen, finally. I mean, Brentford for the first time since 1939. I don't even know if I will ever come to life at that point. In fact, my father and mother were TB1. That was the last time Arsenal beat Brentford. Brentford beat Arsenal. And of course, first time meeting the Premier League for so long.
For so long, after about 70
years. With Nigeria's Frank Oyeka on the pitch yesterday,
yeah,
they dealt with Arsenal easily. 2-0. And Arsenal, fair me, moved from number 1 to number 20 immediately.
Whoa.
They started the season on number 1. But after yesterday's game, they are now last team on the log relegation. And you check their next set of games.
They're playing against Chelsea. They're playing against Manchester
City. Tottenham Hotspur. by March, day 6-7. Arsenal should be in relegation.
But then, this thing's never really worked the way it is at this point in time.
Yes,
Arsenal, this is a team that can always try to bounce back when they see a tougher opposition, so to say.
But
they've actually done it.
Yes, they can bounce back. But you see the next set of fixtures against teams who mean business
this time around
for this season.
But on paper, they look like they mean business until we see them kick the ball. Also,
I
mean, remember Manchester United lost to Crystal Palace at the beginning of the season, just last time out,
and
they finished second behind Manchester City. So what are we talking about?
On paper, Arsenal does not mean business. Check their team very well, and I think a lot of Arsenal fans are still complaining.
Why are they in this problem? It's looking like one season after the other, they keep on adding more worries to them at this point in time.
Well, the management, of course, definitely. And of course, people behind their transfers. I don't know what they are do. I don't know what they're thinking. Going to a new season, I mean, 2021, 2022 season, you want to ask, what kind of transfer can you make to make your team tick?
Better, yeah?
I was seeing the news of Aaron Ramsdale, £30 million before the deal hit the rocks. I was asking myself, a backup goalkeeper, £30 million, is that what you need?
At this point in time,
yes,
you have a shambolic midfield at this point in time. There is nobody to actually depend on in that midfield. For us at this point in time. Even for me, the defense is in shambles despite bringing on board Ben White. It's so glaring right now that they have a lot of problems from the back to the midfield, and going forward, no striker. Nobody to put the ball at the back of the net for them.
They have Aubameyang and the other guys who unfortunately were not going to play yesterday.
They were sick yesterday,
and of course, they had to bring the certain Balogun to come and do some chants, but that didn't work. But it seems like, I think Arsenal fans go to every season, and I think inside them, they know they don't have anything to fight for. I think it's only some unapologetic Arsenal fans that feel something can still happen. I think an average Arsenal fan, 90% of them, anywhere in the world, knows, guy, we are only going to the season,
just to have fun.
Let's have fun.
Let's just watch games.
Let's see what we have.
If it turns out good, we'll take it. If it doesn't,
I don't think Arsenal fans raise their hopes. I don't think they raise their hopes. They have a rookie manager who doesn't know his right from the left. Sorry, I don't.
But seriously, Raymond, to be fair on this man, is it really about Mikel Arteta? We analyzed earlier now. It's so glaring right now that this man does not really have the material.
Tell me. I want to
he does not really have the quality. A manager to some extent is as good as what you have in your squad. And that's just the truth.
I want to say Arteta doesn't have the materials. Now, if we break down the materials, not that they don't have. The only issue is maybe.
Do they have the material compared to what Chelsea has? Do they have what Manchester City has?
Question is.
Do they have what Manchester United has?
The question is.
Do they have what even half of Leicester has in that squad?
The question is, do they have the materials that can propel them to at least a Europa League spot? Do they? Yes, they do. Leno is still a great goal. He's still a good goalkeeper. They still have Gubemanga guys in that midfield, in that defense. They brought in Ben White from Brighton for 50. You don't buy a player for 50 million. But I don't want to know.
Excuse me.
Wait.
It's not about the money.
It's
about what you do on the field.
Wait.
We've seen yesterday that this man is just what they hype. It's not about the performance.
I'm not saying hype. No hype. I'm going with the fee. I don't want to know. They bought people for 72 million pounds.
Fine. We might want to go for the fee. But hey, look at the performance.
They still have Bellerin right there at the right back. they still have Tierney from Celtic at the left back. In the midfield,
They still have a Thomas Partey who is
probably
injury prone.
They still have Mohamed Elneny of Egypt.
Xhaka's still there.
Xhaka is still there. They still have yesterday Martin Odegaard left Madrid saying goodbye. Of course, coming over, that means it's going to have a one year loan deal with an obligation to buy, I think 45 or 50 million pounds there about. If it comes in at the end of the day, look at it. Then you look at they still have Pepe right there. They still have
Smith Rowe as well.
Smith Rowe is still there.
Right there.
Aubameyang is still there.
Lacazette
is still there.
Yeah.
Who else? I think I might not be able to mention of the players.
Bukayo Saka as well.
Saka is still there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They might not have the qualities of Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, but I say they have the players that can what? Propel them, that can fight for a Europa League spot.
So you feel to some extent as well.
The only thing could
the
only thing could be the centre midfield of Arsenal.
Okay, so what exactly is Arteta missing at this point?
They don't have that consistent player in that centre midfield.
Okay.
Partey should have come on board, but Partey is always getting injured, always losing form.
Which even to some extent we need to question how he's been taken care of. Because this man is not an injury player even before he left Atletico Madrid. So how come he actually got to Arsenal?
Now the big question is this. Just that you asked me what is Arteta's fault. Now this is it. When Arteta came on board, he had it not too easy. At the end of the day, he won the FA Cup and of course he won the Community Shield. And everybody was like, Arteta is the next big thing. And we keep saying, well, we have to give him a lot of time. Now, what is Arteta missing? Last season we see Arteta not even knowing what to field.
It looks like a confused man.
Now, he doesn't know which player should I use or I should not use. Now, it comes to your selection. Yes, you may have failed me. We've seen managers having limited players
and still bringing out
the results. Now, it's not about you winning. It's not about you having this. How do I put it now? I'm looking for the English adjective to use now that keeps blowing everybody's mind. But it's about you making it look intact, making it
using
look
what you have
to get
see, what you need at that point in time.
There are some games you don't lose or you don't draw and you feel
true. I think I agree with you on that. I mean, you don't actually start a season by losing to a newly promoted side. It's not acceptable, no matter what. And I think all of this still boils down to the kind of management right there. The likes of Edu.
I mean, a lot of people are calling for the hell of Edu.
These guys have shown that they are just there, just to cash out, so to say, not to really impute anything in terms of trophies to Arsenal. And they keep showing that every season. And the fans looking like they are actually, contented with that.
I keep asking myself, the way I reason anyway, when every season finish, gone are those days when we have season review on CDs, in the early days of the Premier League when it's not all over. Every season, I try and get CDs of most of this club and I play and I watch. Okay, my big question: when you finish a season, did you sit down and
review the season? Did you analyze how the season actually
this is where we missed it. This is what we need to do. I begin to ask myself that question: what are they thinking? If you review your season, then you know where and where. You don't. In fact, football these days, yes, the market is overhyped, but definitely you will get players that are decent.
I mean, it will still be a surprise to me tomorrow how Ruben Diaz actually came to Manchester City
without any
buzz around him at that amount and gave us a massive, amazing impact and performance last time out.
So I mean, all this thing work. Arsenal also got Lukonga.
He got Tavares as well.
Who I mean, according to Vision Company, says fantastic player. Of course, according to Vision Company,
maybe we shouldn't start to actually judge these players yet.
No, I'm not judging. I'm not judging any. See, the thing is, I'm not. If you are coming to the Premier League for the first time, if you are going to a new league for the first time, I'm not going to judge you with that season because you are settling and things can go all wrong.
Definitely.
But I'm going to wait for the next 2-3 seasons before I begin to make my judgment. But what is what I'm saying? Fair on me. Arsenal fans going to every season, they don't give themselves unnecessary hopes. I have a brother, my brother is an Arsenal fan. He will tell you. If he's talking Arsenal, he will tell you.
The man has gone through a lot, bro.
He will tell you, why are you putting your head over Arsenal? Okay, watch football and enjoy it.
Enjoy, just have fun.
We know teams who mean business. And they've done business. And
they're ready to actually compete this time around.
In fact.
I mean, it's really worrisome for Arsenal at this point in time. How would the season actually pan out for this? Very horrible. It's always shock to me losing to Brentford, a newly promoted side that have actually not scored in 70 years in top flight league, and they actually did that against you yesterday.
Nothing is shocking about Arsenal. Take it or leave it.
It's really what it is for Arsenal. Hopefully they actually bounce back against Chelsea or probably against Manchester City. It's just something we just have to wait and see. But since we've actually started with the English Premier League and Arsenal, maybe we should just actually continue on that note. I mean, it's the season now. It's the league now. We are back. And of course, are bigger and better at this particular point in time. Later today, we'll see some amazing fixtures in the English Premier League. And of course, tomorrow as well, some mouth-watering fixtures to actually watch out for right there in the English Premier League. Because we still have a lot to talk about too. We wouldn't, before we go into the fixtures, let's talk about the contenders, the pretenders, the dark horses, and, our teams or players to actually watch out for that you think will actually get it running this particular season. I mean, I feel Jordan Sancho to have a huge impact. Let's start with Manchester United this time around. This time around, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has everything at his disposal to be a successful manager. He has probably no excuse of not delivering for Manchester United this time around. Am I right?
Well, tell me that you buy Ronaldo, Messi, you buying Ramos does not mean anything.
It should mean something.
To me.
I mean, why should it not mean anything to you?
The best
for a
thing.
Club, it's just like owning a business. And you're telling me that investing in your business, buying equipment to better your business does not mean anything to you?
Now you can buy equipment, but who are the executors? Who are the brain behind the business working well? That is where I'm going.
Okay.
United still have a certain Ole Gunnar Solskjaer right there in that team. And I'm telling you, I'm rating Ole Gunnar Solskjaer over 10. I see him at a 4.5.
Whoa.
I don't see Ole.
Not even at half.
No.
That's below average.
A good manager reads the game and get the tactics right. United to where they are being pushed by the players, not by a coach. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has never made a tactics that blew my head. Never. It hasn't happened. And even with the addition of these players,
maybe some Manchester United fans wouldn't agree with you. They will tell you that it got them to the semi-finals of the FA Cup of the Europa League. Got them to the finals of the Europa League as well.
A true United fan who understands the game will know United was all about Bruno and Inshallah last season. Now, follow me, there are games in which you will have all your stars on the pitch and it will not work. Now, the big question is, how do you tweak to make things work?
But it's not looking like the board and management of United will agree with you on that. Because
they will not agree with
if they've
me.
actually seen all those things you've actually said, probably they would still not have actually extended his contract. At this point in time, he has another contract, I think, to 2024
2025.
2025.
Or 2025.
I mean, at that point in time, which means they believe in him, which means he's still the man to actually deliver for them.
The big thing still comes into head of, a lot of people still believe United are lacking players in one area or the other, and this and that and that. Just like I made the case for Arteta.
Is there any area that they are actually lacking any players?
No, but that was last season.
But this time around,
season,
they look much
better. They got
balanced.
Varane, they got Sancho. Fair me.
In the middle of the park,
I have never been in that book that United doesn't have players. No. It has. I will always tell you, don't tell me they don't have players. They do. Now, fair me. United have gotten players. So should we now say now they've gotten everything? Fair me. Meet a United player who can analyze United for you. They will tell you. They are also not going to this season because they feel they can win something. Yes, they can have that belief. But I'm telling you, Raymond, when push comes to shove, fair on me.
Raymond, United is still a contender this season.
Contender because they have the players. I am not putting them because they don't have a coach. I keep saying it. I don't see Ole doing something fantastic. I said they proved me wrong this season. I watch United. We watch games. We watch United games and you feel like you see what coaches do to change the course of a game, and you think Ole have gotten that impetus within him. You think he's gotten that intelligence to make this player work?
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Fair on me. Okay.
I'm looking out for this season.
Okay, fair on me.
Ole could prove you wrong this time around.
I'm waiting for him. Okay, you have Sancho on the right. You have Rashford on the left. You have Cavani in the middle. You have Pogba. You have Fernandes. You have talk about it. Now, fair on me. When games are locked up, what do you do? And you are confused, and you sit there as a manager, and you look, what else do I do? And some of your players are not firing. Some of those big stars are not playing well. Do you have that courage, that confidence to know, Bono, I'm not playing well, come out?
Come out. Let me bring up another person that will actually change the game.
What can I do? I'm not playing a 4-4-2 team, but it's not working. What can I do to change? That is the big question of
So,
Ole.
in a nutshell now, you're saying United fans should not really be that hopeful this
Ole is like a Lampard of last season, who was given £250 million. The first thing I said on the show, don't forget last season, I said the biggest challenge for Chelsea last season was what? Was how Chelsea, how Lampard is going to make use of those players. And one of the biggest challenge, now the biggest challenge for Ole this season is not the Premier League. How will he
make use of all those players, quality players that he's actually got in his kitty at this point in time? I mean, he's actually broken it down. Let's just wait and see if this man called Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will actually prove him wrong at this point in time, or maybe he will continue with his inconsistency this particular season. Is definitely something we'll actually wait for this particular season. I mean, to another team at this point in time. Let's talk Liverpool quickly. They're still a contender, despite the fact that they've got old, quality players, so to say, that you might want to say probably age could actually hamper them at this time around. Or am I just being, being too ahead of myself this time around? You still want to believe that a giant club that actually won it 2 seasons ago would want to actually do it again this time around?
Femi, the most dangerous team this season will be Liverpool. You know why?
Also, yeah.
You know why? Check that team. All of them are at a peak period in which they need one more success. And everybody find their way. Van Dijk is starting. Salah is starting. Mane is starting. Henderson is starting. Talk about that first 11. Alisson, 30.
Majority of
that. Now,
I think the average age right now is actually, I think 27, if I'm not mistaken.
Fabio 27 and a whole lot of others like that. Now, why do I say they are dangerous? They are dangerous because at this point in time, you get a season out of them,
and that's
they are hungry to win something, and they'll be like, we've done well, we move. It is the most dangerous aspect for football to have 30-year-olds
who are still performing,
and they were hungry into going to see. Tell me, if Liverpool is not hampered by injury,
last time out, I still feel they would have actually contested with City till the very last.
If they are not hampered by injury this season, tell me,
it
will shock anybody. They will win the league. Because I'm seeing guys who feel it comes within. Let me lay an example on of AC Milan of 26-27, who also feel this is the last time
they can actually get the best time.
Go to Inter Milan of 29-2020.
Then when the world is then
go to Real Madrid of 2016-17 as well, 17-18, who also feel we are the head in which we just need to deliver something, and of course we move. And after winning, they just feel like what else?
Everybody just went their way, and that's
it. So I feel Liverpool might just be the most dangerous team this season with that age. Let's get to that. If Liverpool win a treble, I won't be surprised.
Really? You're tipping them
if they win
to win a treble.
For any trophy Liverpool wins.
That's going to be a very huge prediction.
I'm not going to be surprised because
that's going to be a very huge one.
I'm saying hunger.
It's fine, you're saying hunger, but you're looking. Are you forgetting that there is a young, talented squad in Chelsea as well? Young, talented, experienced squad in City as well?
Yes. You know what? Chelsea have a young, talented squad. Liverpool have average. No, the 30 years is still not too old. You can still get to 3 seasons out of them.
Definitely.
Liverpool have hunger, experience.
But don't you think not having that squad in depth would actually be their undoing this particular season?
Do you think Liverpool doesn't have a squad in depth?
Do they really have a squad in depth? After their first 11, I mean, if you look at the bench, you won't really pinpoint a quality that is actually coming on board for them.
Van Dijk, Gomez, Robertson,
Arnold,
Trent.
Those are the guys that will start for you. Apart from those guys, who comes on board?
There's a new left back. I think there's a new left back Liverpool bought. I can't remember his name. We all know Mina can do everything. Left back or middle. Yes. Go to the middle. I think that's where they are more backed. Yes, they love Wijnaldum. They lost Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
But they still have Keita, the injury prone. They still have Fabio. They still have Henderson. They still have who else? Am I missing names now? Maybe they are not coming to my head. I think they have pack of players in that midfield. I'm trying to bring them now. It's not coming. So many things on the head now.
If Fabio is still there as well. Keita is still there as well.
Yes,
Thiago Alcantara.
Thank you. Alcantara is also still there. Who is also within that age range gap as well of 29, 30, or 31.
Chamberlain is still there.
Chamberlain is still there. Thank you so much. And of course, you move to the front as well, and you have Salah, Mane, of course, Fabio.
Diego Jota.
Jota is also still there, right there in front. I think those four makes up. I think it is in that attack that I feel Liverpool still okay. They still have David Origi
as well.
Who, if it comes to the play, definitely can bring in something, but not total reliability on them. Like I said again, 30 years, me, is a time you have one more hunger. The only question is, what is the hunger Liverpool have? Is it the Champions League or the Premier League? They might actually fluff their lines when it comes to cup games.
So he needs to make a priority.
Which is FA Cup and the Carling Cup. I'm going to put them out.
I don't think he has always taken it seriously.
Now, Premier League, Champions League, how far can they go in both? With this squad, with this age gap, me, like I said, they have just one more season to bring something out. And this one more season, that's this one thing I also want to put out. This one thing they want to bring something out, they have the chance of writing their name finally into the history of Liverpool football. Yes, they won the Premier League, and you could say that's one part.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if they repeat the Premier League or win the Champions League again, they have that name written in gold.
Whether we like it or not. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact.
Something proves
will they be able to do that? That's the big question at this point in time. Will this squad, will Jurgen Klopp be able to repeat that feat that he did a couple of years ago, right in the English Premier League, or even on the continent of Europe, winning the Champions League? That's a big question for his squad to definitely answer this particular season. Let's go to another squad that is looking like this is their year at this point in time. Talking about Chelsea, the blue side of London, talking about the year 2021 have been an amazing year for them. A couple of months ago, they won the Champions League against all odds, against Manchester City. They took that one, and of course, just during the course of the week, they capped it on with a Super Cup against Villarreal that the club couldn't defeat in the Europa League. And, with the way it is, they could still win the Club World Cup at the end of the day, by the end of 2021. But going into the season, looking at the squad, looking at this man with the addition of a Romelu Lukaku coming back home. I mean, it was trending all over the internet. Look, who's back? That's the hashtag at this point in time. And, with the kind of squad that's still got Pulisic still there, Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech, you can mention him still in this particular squad. We're looking at them to give a huge fight in the Premier League this season, Raymond.
It's beyond a huge fight. You have a potential youngsters who are good players. And what do you need? Up front, you need a striker who can guarantee you
goals.
Chelsea have got creativity.
Definitely. Anywhere you look.
And they went out there, they broke the bank. £97.5 million for Romelu.
I mean, if I actually told you I saw that coming, that would be a lie. Because, the way Inter Milan actually talked about Romelu Lukaku, saying that nothing was going to pull him out of that particular club. They saw the money, boom, the man.
No, they need money. And of course,
yeah.
Chelsea needed a Lukaku. I mean, it was going. If your daddy is playing in the Premier League, when you want to play Chelsea, tell him to feign injury or get suspended. Because look who is back. Lukaku is back in town, man. Liverpool caught. I look at that deal and feel like,
Liverpool caught for a man that doesn't have a first touch? Are you serious?
That is for the devil. For the Blues.
For the Blues?
He has everything.
Nice one.
Lukaku is back. You look at Lukaku.
But seriously, does Lukaku really have something to prove in that Chelsea squad? Does he really have something? Remember, his first coming, he didn't really cut it.
At 18 years,
he was still young. Yeah, definitely. This time around,
is he coming to prove a point?
Number one, is he coming to prove a point? Number two, is there going to be a huge pressure on him to deliver at this point in time?
Well, going by the fee, £97.5 million. Nobody needs to tell you that you need to deliver. You must deliver.
And that's the problem. This is a club that does not really have that patience. Probably if his first month, going into the second month, is not really getting the goals, don't you think the huge pressure would actually be on him?
Tell me. I don't have a doubt that whether Lukaku will deliver. Tell me, Lukaku will deliver.
What if he doesn't?
He is a man who knows the Premier League. Hey, has he got to a club and he hasn't delivered before? Apart from Chelsea, when he was young.
Yeah.
West Bromwich champion, boom. Everton, boom. United, boom. Before the devil says, go.
You don't have the first touch.
It's not like Chelsea. Tell me, Lukaku will bully anything.
I mean, Tuchel was talking about him during the course of the week, and he's saying that when it comes to that physique, to that ability, this man has actually played.
I don't know if people notice what I noticed about Lukaku.
Yeah.
Tell me, you hardly see a striker as big and jammed like Lukaku.
Who can actually move his body?
Who will move his body and have that pace?
Exactly.
If you watch it got to a part last season for Inter Milan. it was Lukaku versus others. Give the ball to Lukaku and leave the rest.
He's on the move.
He will put you on.
And that is what a Chelsea needs at this point.
Yes.
I mean, they've got Pulisic amongst what's his name now? Akim Ziyech.
Akim Ziyech,
They can actually
all they need to do
create
is
for you, even from the flanks.
from the order of play of Lukaku, you run ahead of Lukaku. Lukaku will not only create for you, Lukaku will bully your defense, create goals, score goals. Tell me, I'm seeing the MVP of the year. Lukaku.
I mean,
I'm not a Chelsea fan, but
it's
I'm excited for Chelsea.
I mean, Raymond, it's looking like this Premier League is going to be so much fun. It's going to be so exciting, so competitive, so entertaining. Are we looking at one of the best Premier League yet to come?
No, I'm looking at the stiffest Premier League in recent times. Even though United doesn't have a coach, the players will pull themselves.
They will pull themselves up. Yeah.
City.
You're still going to get to City.
Alright, Chelsea themselves wants to win. Lukaku wants to come and win. Tuchel has experimented last season. He will be coming. See, Chelsea have fine players, whether we like it or not.
And a good quality coach.
And they have a good coach. And everything works together. Now you have Lukaku. Okay, I don't want to.
It's just like putting the jewel on the
icing on the cake.
On the crown right there. Icing on the cake. That's just what it is.
Easy. Lukaku come in, just come and complete this thing for us. Now Liverpool, like I said, hunger is in Liverpool. They want to get that thing. Now, before we go to City.
It's going to be massive. Maybe you just want to join us in this conversation this morning. It's all about the English Premier League build up to some games that we'll be having. In the next couple of seconds, we'll be actually reading out, those fixtures. Finally, Manchester City. The title is in their back at this point in time. Talking about last season home. They will be looking to actually defend it again this time around. But that won't be easy. It won't come on a platter of gold. It actually didn't come on a platter of gold for them last time out. But looks like this time around, it's going to be much more difficult. Though they've got what I would call, an above average quality into their squad. Talking about Jack Grealish in that. But then, Pep Guardiola will have to work himself out to be able to defend this title this time around.
You know what I like about Pep? I'll put Pep and Ferguson in the same sentence here. Pep and Ferguson are the only coach. Not let me say I'm the only coach. Our coaches, I know that when they win the league, they're not tired.
They're hungry for more. They want to get more.
Now we've seen managers win the league and they feel like
I've gotten it. What else?
Good, you get that.
Yeah.
But for Pep, he doesn't want to know whether I won by 1 million points last season. I want to win again. That was the same thing that fueled Ferguson. That made him win 13 league titles. Now, the same thing is going to happen this season again, in which Pep, they have the players, they have everything. They want to win. The only thing they don't have is an attacker. They don't have a point man that can guarantee the goals.
Which could be their undoing, to some extent.
Yes, a lot of people have said Pep won the league without a 9, and I was laughing. Pep won the league without a 9, and you felt like, okay, because he won the league without a 9, which me, I disagree. Because the team is all about everybody coming together to score the goals. Now, at the point in time, you will need a striker to do that. Ibrahim Jesus will not deliver a 20-goal season for you.
Well, I don't think he can even deliver a 15-goal for you.
Who comes
so
in?
what are we talking about?
I saw a news, I think on Thursday.
And that is why I feel they've actually misplaced their priority by bringing on Jack Grealish. I felt that amount of money, that resources could have actually been brought together to get an Hurricane. That would have been a massive and fantastic addition into City.
I think in my head, I want to think for Pep. I want to think like Pep now. In my head, this is what I think Pep is trying to do. Pep wants a Grealish of the left side. Now, you want to ask who is on the left side that is missing, that is going to get to the bench. That is Raheem Sterling to go to the bench. My own thought now is, if Pep doesn't get a striker, Raheem Sterling, in which we have seen, moves to the middle.
To place for him as a 9.
As a 9. Have a Jesus as well. Also to play as a 9.
You are really doing the thinking for it, because it's a thinker, man. He would love to actually experiment now, and do some new things.
The thing is, see, there are way managers reason, and let me make myself a Pep here. Watch Sterling last season. Sterling hardly get past his man. That means on the left side, it looks locked. Look at you.
Even he looks lost.
It looks lost. It looks locked. It looks like just lock out Sterling, then
Yeah.
you are one man there for City.
Exactly.
Now, how do I get the best out of a Sterling who has space and now can also score goals? What if I bring him to the middle and let them create the chances for you? Can he score the goals? That is what we are working on in training as we speak.
Now they did together. He said that's the work we are working on in training.
So-
now you mean assistant, sir?
So, Pep now having the Grealish on the left side.
Yeah.
On the left side. Allow Sterling to come in. Now, don't be surprised if you see Sterling. He's played there before.
Yeah.
Of course. Now, if he's going to play regularly now, the only thing that will take Sterling out of that thing totally is if Anaike now comes in, which means Sterling might not have a jersey. So the top 9 is now between Sterling and Jesus, who convert the goal. Sterling will work hard. He might not, even when he was being locked out, he will still work hard, give you the defensive play, just like Jesus. Now, with the pace of Sterling, fair on me, you allow a Sterling to run you, run you down.
You run you down. That's just
Now,
it.
the thing is, the positioning. How do you get him positioned and, of course, get to the goals? Get to the tap in
At the right time.
at the right time, which is what I feel
They are working on.
City.
We are working on.
we are working on right now.
All right, okay. Bringing on the likes of Leicester, Tottenham, Everton,
Aston
probably
Villa.
Aston Villa, West Ham. I mean, look at those guys. What do you think the season has in stock for them, judging by the business they've also done before we actually open the phone lines? Quickly, Raymond.
Aston Villa, I've looked on that team number 1, and I'm surprised at the signings. I'm still waiting for James Ward-Prowse to join in to eventually complete that deal.
It's brought in Hings. It's brought in Ashley Young.
At the young
Yeah.
Inns, they've brought in Buendia from Norwich. They've brought in as a player I want to remember now from Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. I mean, look at that couple of players. I mean, it seems like Villa had what a decent season last season. I mean, they had a good run of form.
I can remember they did something similar to this a couple of seasons ago. When they actually, I think when they came then, they brought in about 11 players.
11, 12 players.
And they crumbled.
Yeah, they crumbled because, I mean, first season, it seems like Jim Smith now understands. You look at this player, they are players who are established.
I mean, especially acquiring a Danny Haynes. I mean, it's something really massive. This was a man that keeps dishing out points for people in the FPL.
I mean, easily. Now, if you want to put the icing on the cake, I bet just try and snatch, just make sure that James Ward-Prowse deal is completed.
Works out. Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, Villa will be on that team. Now, Tottenham Hotspur, I'm not going to talk anything about them because I'm not expecting anything from them this season.
Really?
Yes, I'm not expecting that.
Even with the addition of Enono Espirito?
I'm not expecting anything because I want to see how Nuno will fit in that team. They ain't going to spend a lot of money.
It's not even looking like they're ready to spend at all.
So they're going with what we have. That's why I'm not going to speak on them. If they surprise themselves, is
Everton,
nothing to talk about. As everything has gone. Where else?
probably,
West Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham
yeah.
looks like.
I mean, probably they would actually repeat what they did last season.
Well,
Almost qualifying for the Champions League.
I.
They crumbled on the last day, but this time around, maybe
They
can
say
actually
because
do it
they
better.
have this set of players.
They actually did it for them last time out, and then David Moyes still there. Apart from Lingard being out,
who I feel if I'm West Ham,
they should make him permanent.
Make him permanent and buy him. But then I'm going to see. I'm waiting to see what will happen to them as well. For me,
What's the hope for Leicester this time around?
Leicester City, they have their players. But like I said, the only problem I'm having with Leicester City this season is for that all other top 4 teams are reinforced very well.
I mean, massively
So
reinforced.
it will take
something
a higher level of
spectacular
consistency
from Leicester
to break.
into that top 4.
I mean, because Liverpool will not give up, Chelsea, Man U, City,
City,
those 4,
yeah.
they want to win the league. Now, Leicester City with what they have, if you want to break into the top 4, you also have to win the league in your heart.
Leeds did something exceptional last time out. Are they about to repeat the same thing?
Especially you.
Bielsa has actually kept the core of the players.
Yes,
He's been able to
he's
do that.
even signed a 1-year extension.
Yeah.
For me, I expect them to be in the middle. For me, I expect them to be in the middle.
Wolves have lost their masterclass manager. They should struggle for this.
They will struggle, definitely. They are going to struggle for Wolves.
I mean, we are actually into something that's going to be so amazing in the Premier League this time around. A lot to actually look forward to. I'm talking about games to actually look forward to. Later today, 12:30 p.m., Manchester City will get their season started against Leeds United, a very stubborn team in that one.
Manchester United.
Maybe, I mean,
Don't let United fans fight you. New day of the season, you.
They lost to Crystal Palace the new day of the season. Last time.
Of course.
So
But
who
their
says
own
they-
form
who says they
last
can't do it
season
again?
was shambolic. It's been shambolic, disastrous.
Burnley against Brighton and Wolverhampton in that one, 3:30 p.m. And of course, Chelsea Palace as well. Everton against Southampton, Leicester City against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Watford against Aston Villa in that one, Norwich City against Liverpool later today. And of course, we've got some couple of games still to go down later tomorrow. So right now, you can actually call us and contribute on what we've actually discussed about before we go to other leagues over there in Europe. Remember, the Spanish La Liga also gets underway yesterday. Valencia, even having gotten the red card in that one, they still actually got a goal and 3 points, which was very important in that particular game for them yesterday. But still talking about the Premier League, games to go on tomorrow. So Newcastle United against West Ham, and of course Tottenham against Manchester City. That's one game you just don't want to miss later tomorrow in that one. So call us right about now, 09071512929, and of course 09095292936. That's the call. That's the number to call this wonderful Saturday morning. Now, once again, it's 09071512929, and of course, 09095292936. And Raymond, let's go to the Spanish La Liga. What is going to be live for Barcelona without Lionel Messi? What is going to be live for Real Madrid without Sergio Ramos at this point in time? Before I get your take, let's take the score. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from? All right, Samuel from Iworo, talk to us. All right, let's do this quickly in 1 minute. Quickly, let's go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Master. Okay. Thank you so much, Samuel, for a word from Fantastic One. That says Man City is still the team for him this particular season. Let's see how that eventually pans out. So, Raymond, quickly, let's go to Spanish La Liga. I mean, we saw a game yesterday. Valencia actually doing the needful in that particular one. Before we talk about that, let's take one more call. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from? All right, comrades, talk to us this morning. Hello? Thank you very much, sir. Okay.
Deep.
Wow. Yeah. So, hello? Okay. Wow. Yeah. It's not there. Like with experience. Champions League. Hmm. Thank you so much, Comrade, for your contribution this morning. I mean, it's talking about the fact that Chelsea has many competitions to actually play in this time around. But hey, we've got to pass Premier League, Spanish La Liga now, Raymond, quickly. I mean, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Valencia, Sevilla, Atletico Madrid. For me, you ask me and I tell you that looks like Atletico Madrid has another chance of actually defending that title without any much problem.
For the first time you go into the Spanish Premier League, and you feel like, and you look like, what am I even going to watch in this league for the first time? But then, away from that, actually, like you said, Atletico Madrid are for outright favourites. They have the crop of players that won them the league
last time out. Yeah.
They have a coach, and they have their rivals are depleted. Their rivals,
they're in confusion at this point in time.
Their rivals doesn't have that strength again. I look at Atletico Madrid. It's not that they have old players. They have players who can help them do everything they want to win at least the league. So now winning the league for Atletico Madrid will be a surprise for me because I'm not expecting anything from Madrid.
Neither am I expecting anything.
I'm not expecting anything from Barcelona.
Don't you think probably Sevilla should come into the mix? This is
another
opportunity.
Yes, Lopetegui did well last year because at the point in time he pushed this. It was, I think, it was a case of top 4 last season.
Yeah.
At the point, I think, to game number 33, 24, 35, in which some of them, it was just like 3-4 points that separated these clubs. Now, Lopetegui with Sevilla, if he can match that consistency, then we might be seeing a case of 27-28 season in which up to the second to the last month of the season, Sevilla had a chance of winning the league.
Of winning the league, yeah.
Maybe this time around, if they have, they can, like I said, they can match that consistency of last season, then we're looking at Atletico Madrid in one part, looking at Sevilla in the second part, yeah. Looking at Barcelona and Real Madrid. But let me put this: sometimes when you don't expect a team to deliver,
that is when they actually come out tops.
I'm looking at Barcelona. What do I want to bring out from it? When I come out last season, did something in which he encouraged the whole lot of these youngsters.
Yeah, definitely from the La Masia. And you know,
they had a
they actually
good season.
Definitely they delivered in their own standard.
Now,
I mean, the likes of Rio Pugh still there. They
Pedri and the likes. Now,
they can actually
the only thing is this: Messi was in the mix last season.
Yeah.
Take away Messi. When Akoma came out and said we have to play without, we have to look past Messi now. Now, they will not have 30 goals plus 30 assists. No,
we don't have that any longer. This is going to be a collective
effort
from the team,
and not allowing the shadow of Messi has left overshadow them. So, Depay, I'm not going to put in Aguero because he's not going to. In fact, I'm not even expecting him
to
play
out for
much.
10 weeks at this point in time. So
if he comes back, then we'll see what
he might still even go again if he comes back. We never can tell.
Now we look at others. Coutinho, can he come into play now if he's fit?
That's a question.
Okay, the way he plays, the position he plays is where Messi is occupied most time.
Now Messi's gone.
Messi's gone.
You have the opportunity to actually showcase what you can do. There's still a certain Pjanic as well. Still there.
Pjanic might leave, I might not leave. I think Coman.
It's not looking like he wants to leave at this
Coman
time.
is not a Pjanic supporter. He's not a Pjanic fan. We saw that last season, and he's not going to use him as well this season. And if Allegri somehow is trying to bring him to Italy. So looking at it, Barcelona not much expected, but like I said, sometimes the team you don't expect might perform. The reason I don't want to put Madrid in the mix is because look at that chunk of their midfield. They are still old legs. Kroos, Modric, yes, you have a Casemiro also 30, 31. Is it 30 or thereabout? 29 thereabout. Valverde, also, Federico Valverde also there. Then you look at who others. You will have expected them to look for a way and not allow Martin Odegaard to go. And I don't understand why they allow him to. Look at their forward line. It is not.
It's only Benzema. Only Benzema and no other person. I really don't understand how Ancelotti is going to actually make use of this squad to get anything at the end of the day. It's still something that is amazing.
And you know what?
I'm still looking for what he's going to bring on board.
And you know what thing is? Ancelotti is not even a proper league winner. Yes, he has won at PSG, won once at AC Milan, won one at Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
But I will tell you, he has bottled more league
That he has actually won.
That was why I was sent away at Juventus.
I mean, let's look at games that we'll be playing this weekend. Yesterday we had Valencia defeating Getafe in that one. Cadiz against Levante, Marca against Real Betis, and of course Alves will be up against Real Madrid. Osasuna against Espanyol later tomorrow. Celta Vigo against Atletico Madrid. Barcelona against their whole woes. Talking about Real Sociedad in that one. Sevilla against Real Vallecano, and we have the likes of Villarreal against Granada, and of course Elche against Athletic Bilbao. Those are the games that will be coming up later this weekend in that one. Let's take the score before we go to the French Ligue 1. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from? Hey, Simon from Akwata, talk to us. Thank you, sir. Chelsea, yeah. Away from PSG, definitely. Yeah. Something might not work. All right. The other time, yeah. Hmm. All right. Thank you so much, Simon, right there from Atlanta. We really appreciate your contribution in that one. We wait and see. That is what we live for, surprises, in football. What really makes us, happy in that one. Talking about the French League now, this time around, about 2 games that actually got on for some teams. Some have actually played one. Some will be playing the second game of the season later this weekend. I'm talking about a game that went down yesterday. Lorient actually defeated Monaco in that one, surprisingly. 1-0. And of course, Lille against Nice, Paris Saint-Germain against Strasbourg. And of course, a lot of people are thinking and hoping that Lionel Messi might actually make his debut in Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, quickly, Raymond, talking about PSG. I'm not talking from the angle of Messi join. Of course, it's no longer news. Messi is now Barcelona playing. But let's look at their wage bill at this point in time. And I ask myself, does FFP still exist? I mean, don't you think there should be some kind of question that should be asked of PSG and their board at this point in time? And Lionel Messi will be earning about 650,000 pounds per week in pounds now. Neymar 940, Kylian Mbappe 310. In a nutshell, the lowest amount would actually be going to Diallo for 90,000 pounds per week.
Well, I think we all know the FFP is a scam. I think we know.
So it's only for those that they want to actually give problems.
The head of clubs at UEFA is the owner of PSG now.
So nobody is actually coming from them.
So politics will get played. Leave that thing. I think there's a news that came out now that they are trying to review. I forgot how they put their news. Just to see, the big clubs will get their way. Forget that thing. It's meant for the club clubs. The big clubs want to have their way, so they will have their way.
And they will definitely have their ways. That's just what it is. I mean, it's looking like FFA is for those that doesn't know their way with UEFA. If you know your way, you definitely know what to do. That's just what it is. That's just the story of football. I mean, politics is everywhere. Even in football, it is everywhere, definitely. So don't take that away. So PSG will be up against Strasbourg. We wait and see when Lionel Messi would actually make his debut. Remember, they have Kylian Mbappe still in that mix, Neymar still in that mix, Di Maria still in that mix. With Lionel Messi at this point. Who would have thought that Sergio Ramos would be on the same team with Lionel Messi? And I ask myself,
that's life.
there is no permanent enemy, no permanent football. I mean, no permanent friends in football.
Exactly.
That is just what it is. You can be enemies today and tomorrow you later become friends. That's just what it is. I mean, according to reports, even offered him a space to come stay with him right then in France. But hey, the man says, I'm okay for now. So that's just what it is right there with PSG. Talking about other games, and later tomorrow we'll see Angers against Lyon. Brest will be up against Reims. How come these guys actually survived? Talking about Brest. I mean, they're doing so well for themselves, and they're still doing well for themselves at this point in time. I hope they don't fall this time around. Talking about other games, Nantes will be up against Mens, Rennes against Montpellier, Lens against Saint-Etienne, Marseille will be up against Bordeaux in that one. Talking about games in the French League. On quickly, let's move over to the Italian Serie A, and of course the lot of the Azuris at this point in time. It's looking like a depleted. I mean, Inter Milan at this point in time. Trust me, if you ask me, Raymond, I don't see them even making it to the top 4 at this point in time.
Inter Milan?
Yeah.
Let's wait till the season begins because there's a whole lot. The league starts next weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
So they are the only one of the top 5 that has not started this weekend. Maybe by then we'll see if the Dumfries of the Netherlands has landed in Italy, in Milan, in Italy, and of course expect to complete a move to replace Akabakimi, who moved to PSG.
PSG, yeah.
They sold Lukaku. They're going to make do with what they have. You don't expect anything from. In fact, I'm not expecting anything from Inter Milan.
That's just what it is. I'm not expecting. I won't be surprised even the next couple of days Lautaro Martinez gets sold off. I won't be surprised.
No, they're going to do everything to keep Martinez.
I mean, they said the same thing about Lukaku.
No, I think
he was sold
eventually. I think Lukaku is favourite to leave.
You think if the money comes in just like the way it came in for Lukaku, they won't sell him? I mean, if anybody is ready to drop around 90 as well, they will sell him off.
I will know.
It's gone. So that's just it right there. Quickly, Raymond, I'm going to put you on the spot at this point in time. Let me know who you're going to be predicted to win the league in the English Premier League and the Spanish La Liga, your top 4 at the end of the day. Let's start with the English Premier League. And I'm going to hold you to your words. If you get it right at the end of the season, I might get you something. You never can tell. So let's go.
The only thing that will get me, that will shock me,
is
if you give me Oma.
Let's go. I know what you mean by Oma, but that is not actually Oma you meant. Well, let's go.
What about this is Aston Villa to win the league?
Come on, you gotta be normal sometimes. How would you stand behind the mic on a live radio and tell me that Aston Villa is gonna win the league?
But that's my prediction.
That's your own prediction. Okay, joining them in the top 4.
Aston Villa, United, Chelsea, and City. Aston Villa, United, Chelsea, City.
Aston
Villa, Chelsea second,
okay, City.
And Liverpool third, City fourth.
Wow. So no United in the top 4.
They can go to the Europa League.
They can go to the Europa League. Well, your prediction, the reality of it is about 0.01 chance of actually becoming a reality. But if it does come true, Raymond, I owe you something very, very precious. Quote me. Talking about the Spanish La Liga, let's go. Who wins it?
Atletico Madrid first.
Okay.
Barcelona second.
I think that's a reality to some extent.
Atletico Madrid first, Barcelona second, Sevilla and Real Madrid.
Okay, let's see how that eventually pan out in those leagues. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this program. Of course, we've actually come to the end of R2 Football right here in the studios of R2 FM 92.9. Remember to join FMIT and the Super Strikers later this afternoon for another exciting edition of sport and, of course, in-depth analysis all around in the world of sports generally. For me, join me again next time. And, of course, next week, same time, same station, talking about 9 a.m. Nigerian time every Saturday morning. You get to hear the best of football analysis in the world right here in the studios of R2 FM 92.9. Until then, I want you to definitely enjoy and, of course, support your team with utmost sense, I must say. Hey, football is back. There's going to be a lot of banter out there. So, you know that, whatever you see, you might not just want to take all of it seriously. So, just be cool and calm. Support your team with a lot of cool and calmness in you. And, of course, enjoy the season that is definitely upon us at this point in time. I still remain your main man, Oluwaferomi Adegboyega Samuel. You can call me fast. Your radio pal telling you, have a beautiful weekend. I'm out of the studio right now.
This is legendary, cause this one will be noise. You bet I'm not gonna mice my words, I'm going ahead to spin it. I fear no death, but I did word, I'm going ahead to kill it, yeah. Put your guns down, I've been there before. Yo, what's up, we the Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, check it out. Yo, this rule, baby.
What up, y'all? This is Jeremiah.
Hi, everyone. This is Shakira. And I'm crazy, but you like it. What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce.
Yo, what's good? This is your boy, Man.